Hello and welcome to the September edition of Viva TViva, a monthly program for finding out some of the wonderful things that are happening on the South Coast and going on in Fall River. I'm your host, Patti Rigo, the Executive Director of Viva Fall River, which we're an organization that promotes all wonderful things about Fall River, and we are trying to make it a premier South Coast destination that it deserves to be. I'm here again with my co-host, Ashley Okino, Executive Director of the Fall River Arts and Culture Coalition, which is a wonderful organization, very collaborative organization that's dedicated to advancing arts and culture and leading advocacy efforts for the arts and culture community. Hello.
Yes, thank you for having me back again.
Always. I mean, you're never not going to be here. I can't believe it's September. Woo. I know everybody says that, and I never thought I'd get to that age where I said that, but I blinked. August was done. We're here in September.
We tried to make August 32nd. We did.
Well, I mean, to be fair, August was exhausting in a good way, in a really good way. We had, if I remember correctly, we had like about 55 events that were on the calendar that we print out, this little sheet here. This is September. But I mean, there were many more that happened. And then there's always another one that I'm unearthing and uncovering. So that's why you have to go to vivafallriver.com and go to the events page, and you can actually subscribe to the calendar, which I don't think I've mentioned that before. But you can subscribe, and that way you can stay up to date on new events. And we were just talking, and you just added a bunch of events for September.
I did. I added lots of arts and culture-based events. So please go check them out.
So I might have to. I might actually have to redo this.
Yeah, you will have to redo this. Sorry.
That's okay. No worries. This is like the 5th iteration. So I think though, before we launch into September, which is turning out to be just as not just as busy, but really exciting nonetheless, and ushering us into a really festive fall season. Let's just talk about a couple of the really great things that happened in August, because there were a couple new events that had never happened before, and a lot of community events, which I think just for me is always wonderful to see how the community comes together and supports people, whether you have children going back to school or not, participating in the backpack drives. It's just like, it's really awesome. And it's very cliche, but it does take a village, it does take a city.
Yep.
And these are wonderful ways for us to kind of focus our energies. Instead of complaining, we focus on how we can do for others.
Yep.
So
positives only.
Exactly. Well, one of them, speaking of things that just started, is the Street Art Festival.
Yes.
Which was combined, which I thought was really smart actually, was combined with the Fall River Sports Network's Recreational Championships, and so it was like a three-peat, and a second annual end of summer block party at Kennedy Park. I went early on. It was so hot, but let me tell you, it was packed. It was gorgeous. It was a gorgeous day. Yep. Last year's event was pretty packed, and I don't know how many backpacks they gave away last year, but I did see online that over 1,000 backpacks were distributed. And that was literally only one of the, I think if my count is correct, I saw at least 4 or 5 organized backpack distributions.
Wow. So that's just one of them.
That was just one of them. So it was backpacks, tons of school supplies, and free haircuts to school children, which was really
fantastic.
Lovely. Yeah, and there were some of our community partners were there as well. The food bank was there giving out groceries. And then of course, I want to say there were 6 or 7 different street artists, or however you want to call it, artists, because they are just artists, doing these large panels and doing them in like a graffiti tag style. And one of the artists actually did something a little different, but really just cool to see how they progress over a couple hours. And those guys really were in
I was going to say, well, they work quick too. It's amazing. We've talked about spray art before. Oh, we're huge fans. Huge fans of it.
Mural capital of the South Coast.
We're working on it.
Just saying. So there was that, and literally, I believe it was on that same day. August 20th was like a banner day this year. Was the battle for the Battleship, which was on the Battleship, and I heard that was just a huge success. It was tons and tons of people. I think about 1,000 people at least. 1,000 is the number apparently, but it was really, really successful. And I know that they are looking into doing more boxing events or more sports events. So I think that's wonderful as well. I think it's a different kind of event, and maybe not arts and culture related, but definitely highlighting one of our best resources, which is the Battleship.
Yep.
And then, much to my chagrin, feast season is coming to an end. But honestly, I had a great feast weekend. We did the Holy Ghost Feast, which of course people were dying for it to come back. It'd been, I think, 2 or 3 years.
I want to say 3.
Yeah, I want to say 2019. So maybe 2. I'm not good with math. But it was wonderful. It was nice. It was so wonderful to see like all the activity happen, the different parades that they have where they give out, bread and different kinds of cultural and traditional things, but also having a lot of, there were the vendors, there was music, and I know, there's always a little grousing about street closures, but hey, it's not every day that we close down the streets for a big party like that.
Yeah. The different cultural outfits that they were wearing. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I love the folklore festival part of it. Beautiful. Is the best when they bring people come in buses from like Canada all over the country, sometimes from other parts overseas, and they participate in these just wonderful dances, and it's just that's probably one of my favorite parts other than the food.
I was going to say food, right? And
then speaking of food, I had a tremendous time at the Lebanese Maharajan. Don't send letters to Viva Fall River for butchering that. The St. Anthony of the Desert Lebanese food festival. It was really such a fun event. Great music, talking about like cultural music that you don't often hear, and it was just such a wonderful experience. They also had little children there singing in Lebanese, and just really, it was a nice community event.
That is one of my favorite cuisines.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I love my meat pies. I don't think we have to go there. Speaking of community events, another successful Summer Evenings in the Park event series. We did 8 events. Super sad to see it end, but it does take a tremendous amount of community effort, volunteers. I want to say thank you so much to the Narrows Center for the Arts for not only joining with the city to create the event itself, but then committing to doing it year after year. And I know next year we'll have a 3rd annual. I don't know if we'll do the same 8 parks, different parks. We have a lot of parks, so I think we should show the love around, and it was fun to go to some new parks, and you got to actually
they were all new to, they were pretty much all new to me, but it was a fantastic event, and it was really nice to meet the people that live in the different neighborhoods that just literally stepped out their front door and were able to have awesome, delicious burgers. The moi burgers.
Oh, they are really good.
And the delicious ice cream that was available to them. And, so just thank you. Thank you to all the sponsors. And Bristol County Savings Bank, I know, was a huge part of that as well.
And
a lot of our partners that we'll talk about having programs coming up in September were there. And it was great. New friends and old friends.
Absolutely. Yeah, I looked forward to it every week, and I know that next year I'll be looking forward to it again. So, and then and of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about all the events that we had at the Viva Fall River pop-up shop, which is located at 333 South Main Street at the corner of Columbia. If you get lost, just look for the big blue and white Viva Fall River mural. But we're fairly fairly new. We've only been open since I think the end of June, working on making a great environment for the current vendors that we have. We are looking for additional vendors, so if anybody's watching or knows somebody who's a maker, an artist, an artisan, please do reach out to us at vivapopup@gmail.com. We'd love to meet with you and see if we can have your product, because it's really important for us that the space be a place for community to come and find out. We have a community board. Put your stuff up there. If you want to come, have a coffee, meet with a friend. It's important to have that, but also to help people become more empowered in their businesses and to feel just, it's fun to have a hobby, but it's wonderful to share that. Whether it's a hobby or whether it's your business, it's wonderful to share that and to get that really positive feedback in return.
Yeah, there's great stuff in there too.
Yeah, we had a pop-up.
Yes, you did.
Which was super fun. We had so many dogs in that store, it made me nervous. And I love dogs, but it made me a little nervous. But it was super fun. We had Food Truck Fridays every Friday, which was wonderful. Green Jar Cochina did quite a few of them. We had JQ cheese steaks, and also Dorothy Cox, who makes ice cream, not just chocolates. We definitely have to go. Maybe we should do one of these there.
Ooh, yeah.
Just us eating chocolate.
It will
for a half
totally
an
be
hour.
an I Love Lucy situation. Let's go for it.
They had a conveyor belt there. Funny that you say that, and I totally was picturing myself with, I think it could be cute. You're definitely Lucy.
Let's do it. Oh, we have to. Yep.
And then there is going to be a wire ring workshop, and another one. We had one in August that sold out. It was super popular with one of our vendors, Jessie's Jewels. She already had one planned for September. I didn't even get to post it. It's already sold out. So keep an eye on that. We're going to have more. And I cannot forget that we had a goat at the pop-up. We had a farm to tub event with JD Craft and Design. Daisy the goat came. She was wearing a diaper. It was the cutest thing. So we've had like a lot of like animals. We love four-legged animals. We love two-legged people. Whatever. We want you to come to the pop-up. We are gearing up. The next show or the one after that, we will talk about the holiday plans because we really want people to really embrace the concept of shopping local.
Yeah.
And we plan to have a lot of like Fall River themed items. So this way we can really spread the love and spread the, just the pride of being in Fall River.
And one of the things I actually want to mention for folks that don't know is Patti goes live on Facebook a lot. You do. And so you can always go back on the Viva Fall River Facebook page, and if you missed any of these, you can see Daisy the goat. It's all on there. It is, so if you do miss out, maybe, take a peek, see what you missed, and you'll remember not to miss it next time.
Yeah, and we have a lot of we're there, 5 days a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday, 10 to 3, Thursday and Friday, 10 to 6. We have special events. So I invite you to take a look. People often say, oh, there's nothing downtown. That's a lie. There are things downtown, maybe not as many as there used to be back in the 50s and the 60s or whatever, what have you, which I totally respect. But there are quite a lot of vendors down there. There's Mystic Vibes, there's Koa's Beauty Supply, Alexandra's, TJ's Music. There's a lot going on.
Just restaurants.
Delicious. Can't even get to the restaurants.
Yep.
And, and I'm actually, I was going to go to September events, but since we're talking about downtown and restaurants, outdoor dining. We have 3 new outdoor dining spots, which was a program that Viva Fall River was involved in. It had to do with some money that we received from Mass Development that we applied for. And we assisted 3 businesses, and that would be New England Homemade Donuts, TA's Restaurant, which is just incredible, and Harry's Restaurant, which is near and dear to my heart, as one, I believe it's the oldest food establishment in Fall River, other than like Eden, like a restaurant, not like Hartley's Pork Pies. It's since last century. But yeah, we created these wonderful, they're called pedlets because you walk on the sidewalk, you walk in the street where the parking spaces used to be, and then you eat on the sidewalk. So just go take a ride down and see. They're just meant to give people ideas about how you can expand your business, how outdoor dining does not have to be just on the waterfront. That is completely untrue. Having lived in New York, I have eaten in very strange places. But you know what? You put up some flowers, you just kind of put a little love and some effort and some imagination into something, and you can create something that wasn't there before.
And now is the perfect time for it's not super hot anymore.
Today's perfect.
It's like now is the time for outdoor dining season. And also, for those that are still kind of weary about going inside and eating, it gives this restaurant more options.
We can't forget
to
about
have
that.
more folks come and join and dine with them.
Absolutely.
So awesome program.
And for anybody who might know a restaurant or frequent a cafe, and you've said to yourself, I would love to see this place have outdoor dining. There is currently an outdoor dining grant that's it's money from the city of Fall River. It's being administered through Viva Fall River. You can go on our website, and right on the homepage it has the guidelines. It's super easy. We worked with the city and a consultant to help streamline and make the process for obtaining an outdoor dining permit much faster, painless really. And then once you have your outdoor dining permit, and if you already have outdoor dining, this was a misconception. People thought you needed to create a new outdoor dining. You do not need to create a new space. You can still, if you currently have a couple tables, like I'm working with a couple places, they just wanted new lighting. They wanted some flowers, and that's fine too. We have the money. We'd love to give it out. I still have about maybe 5 or 6 more awards to give. So please, if you do not apply, I can't give them to you.
Can't give you the money. It's waiting for you.
That's the one thing. I can't just go around handing out checks, which would be really fun, but you have to apply for it. So, and always feel free if there's any questions. People reach out to me all the time on Facebook, via our Facebook, and just please reach out. We're here to help. So all right, on to September events. Enough about August. So September is shaping up to be amazing. I want to start off with saying that the trustees of reservations, which are the stewards and the shepherds of some of the most beautiful protected lands, environmental lands in the Commonwealth, and the trustees of reservations also offer these wonderful hikes in Copacut Woods, which is one of Fall River's hidden gems for sure, for sure. And they have one, a family birding hike on 9/18, which starts at 7 a.m. As somebody with a child, we are up at that time. And there's also one later in the month that's a silent meditation, completely different event, let me tell you, on 9/24, and that's at 5:30. So
Awesome.
we just put that up on the website, I believe, and it's just, I'm really happy to see that they are offering some hikes. Tell me about the one that you posed. You were the one that clued me into this one about Stephen King.
Oh, I wish I actually knew more, but I can tell you it's happening at the Fall River Public Library on the 14th of September. And so they are going to have an exhibition. It's a tribute to Stephen King.
I did hear that there were going to be like different vignettes about, some of his more notable works. And it's just kind of a place for people who love Stephen King and love that genre to come and geek
They're
out
trying
together.
to get ready for spooky season here. We mentioned it's fall, and I've actually seen quite a few people with Halloween decor out already. So let's go for it.
People in Fall River love Halloween.
Everybody
Factory
around
of Terror
here.
opens up this month, I believe. You ever been to Factory of Terror?
No,
I'm never
I don't know
going.
if I can
I'm
handle
scared
that.
of cats.
I feel like the actors would just know my fear and target me.
Oh
so,
yeah, we've
no.
got fear written all over
I
us.
sure do. So, but the library, they, speaking of them, they do have a lot of other events that maybe aren't quite as spooky as the Stephen King tribute. They have the Lego Family Night coming up and the Fantasy and Sci-Fi Book Club.
This is a brand new club that they started. They have
Nice.
teen nights. I know they have a Dungeons and Dragon club, although I know they have a wait list. D&D. I really do. It astounds me every time I look. There's something going on almost every day at the library, especially
I was going to say
during the
they
summer.
do a lot. Mm-hmm.
Please, we try to keep up, but they also have a beautiful events calendar as well. So I won't take offense if you don't go to vivafallriver.com. But I love the library. And another event that is coming back after a super long hiatus is the Officer Junta Road Race, which is down at Airport Road. And this is something that used to take place. It's in honor of Officer Junta that passed away many years ago during Fall River Celebrates America during that event. And something that I remember as a child. So I'm glad that they still keep it up. And I know I did read that his widow passed away, but people are still keeping it on. So I think that's really wonderful.
That's fantastic.
And then, of course, I would, again, be remiss if I didn't mention the Fall River Farmers and Artisans Market.
Still going.
Yep, we have 2 events in September. By the time this airs, I think you'll miss the first one, but the next one's September 18th. And this is the time to start Christmas shopping. I know I said that every time I go live, but it's now. It's go time. It's go time. I'm not even going to say how many days are left till Christmas because I hate people who do that. I honestly do. And then our friends at Troy City are having, they have a lot of really great events, but this might be their biggest event of the year, which is Oktoberfest. You've never been to it. Hopefully maybe we can get you to come.
I'm down for that.
They shut down the street. They shut down what is that, Anawan, so it becomes like a huge block party, and it's basically their operating hours are 12 to 10. So that's, and I know that they also have check the Viva calendar. They have another really great artist coming and playing in a couple weeks.
Oh yes, Jackson Weatherby. Yes, I see it on your calendar
from the Elevators.
Yeah. And so that's like we love a good collaboration. So that's our friends at Troy City Brewing, partnering up with Rox Art. And if you haven't seen Roxanne's studio, she has a beautiful sign right out front. You can't miss it on Anawan Street. And so, really exciting. So they always have, they have food trucks come there sometimes. They have live music there all the time.
They have musical bingo. There's, the last food truck festival. They were part of that.
Yep.
And, Rox Art, if you haven't been to her studio, you may still have seen her work because she did her signature wave style on the tables that are in the outdoor beer garden at Troy City. Art is everywhere. It really is.
It is.
It really is. And then we have a couple notable fundraisers. These are not free events, of course, but the money goes to wonderful places and allows for free programming. So that's kind of how it works. On the 22nd, you want to tell me about this one?
I do, yes. So Crafty-ish is partnering up with the Greater Fall River Children's Museum, and they're doing an indigo scarf dyeing fundraiser. And so that's happening on September 22nd. It's from 6 to 7:30. Go online and get your tickets to go. I'm really happy. Again, this is another wonderful partnership that we have happening here. And the Children's Museum, I actually just a little bit more, they have a new little gift shop area that they've opened up inside.
Oh my God, don't tell my daughter.
I know, sorry.
Nobody
Ooh,
tell
Maxine,
my
no.
daughter. She
So-
doesn't watch this event. This isn't on the Disney Channel, sorry.
But so not only do they have that wonderful fundraiser coming up, but they have some new little fun things happening at that museum
And
as
you know,
well.
people don't realize, I hosted Maxine's birthday party there last year, and it is a good time. It is no stress. Maybe for them it is, sorry guys, but it's no stress. It's in and out of me, because as somebody who is always looking for a new place to host parties and events, it's a great place. I mean, indoor, outdoor. So I invite people, if you haven't been, you just got to check it out. You just gotta go.
Yeah.
You can just let the kids go. I mean, you can't just let them go. You have to
Get your niece, your nephew, whoever, and check it out. But yeah, definitely check out the scarf dyeing workshop.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that. And then we have a big, it's not the Fall River Farmers and Artisans Market, but it's going to be an incredible craft show, and it's a fundraiser, and it is the Winter Wonderland Craft Show fundraiser. It's going to be at the Fall River Family Picnic Grove, which a lot of people have not been to. I have, embarrassingly enough, not been there. I am going to go to this event, so I will go there. It's on Jefferson Street, so it's in the south end of the city. I've seen photographs. It's gorgeous. It's handicapped accessible. It's really just, hopefully the weather is good. And it's free to attend. It's from 11 to 3, and it's to raise funds for the lighting of Kennedy Park, which is going to be done around the holidays.
Yeah, thousands of lights.
Thousands of lights, and that's being done by some very committed residents, Roxanne Longstone and Justin Ratowski. Just wanted to mention them because they really are out there really trying to do wonderful things for the community and bring a little light, literally, to the holiday season. We're going to have more on this in October for sure, and so stay up to date. And also, they're looking for volunteers. I know I'm going to be presenting it to the Fall River Arts and Culture Coalition members and seeing if we can get everybody on board to really, make this holiday is very special in Fall River with our the New England's largest children's holiday parade. I got to work on that.
Yep.
But yes, we have that. We have the tree lighting. So this is going to be wonderful. And they also have an informational group on Facebook. And then I think there's one more event that we're...
Yes, yes, let's talk about Fall River Makes Part 2. So this is a wonderful exhibition that is happening at Bristol Community College at the Grimshaw Gidowitz Art Gallery. And it opens up on September 8th, but there's a reception on September 15th.
We're going to be there.
I will
so you
be
should
there.
Come.
I will be there. And it's the reception's from 6 to 8. And so Fall River Makes, this is a wonderful second iteration of an exhibition featuring artists from Smokestack Studios. And Smokestack Studios is right here in Fall River. Mm-hmm. It's on Anawan Street.
What's going on Anawan?
There's a lot, actually. Yeah, it is a buzzing artful place.
We call it Art Alley.
And so if you were... recall back to May, Smokestack Studios was part of the open studio event.
They were.
That FRAC put together as part of Fabric. And there's a lot of artists and makers in that space. And I'm so thrilled to see this exhibition.
I am too. I think I missed the first one. I don't know how. I must have been, I hope I was doing something like super important to miss it, but I will call out, I don't know all the artists that are showing. I will know them after I go to this event, but I will give a shout out to Tyler Inman, who I've worked with multiple times. He actually did the Falling River table that is out, if you've ever seen that serpentine table that's on Pecasset Street, which is not too far from Anawan Street. And that's meant to be a community table, and maybe next year we'll do a little bit more with it, but that was part of Fabric Arts Festival, and we've collaborated with Tyler on several occasions, and I can say for all of the artists there, they're just really wonderful, hardworking people, and this is a great opportunity for people to see what's made behind some of these mill doors that the mills might look like not a lot's happening from the outside, but so much is happening inside, so this is a great way to
and this isn't even all of the artists that are inside Smokestack Studios. So this is just a sampling. That it's really a buzzing workspace, and so we'll get back in there at some point with another open studio event.
Oh, you know what? I just took a look at this. I'm glad that I have this handy dandy September events. It's a roundup. I mean, obviously you can go on the calendar on vivafallriver.com. You can also subscribe to the calendar, as I mentioned at the beginning of the show. But I like to put everything in on one sheet as somebody who has a lot to juggle, and I put it up on my fridge or wherever. So you can go online and you can download it. You can print it. And I just wanted to make sure we didn't gloss over our friends at the Greater Fall River Art Association are having a gala.
They are. Ooh,
Gala.
It's their 65th year. And so it is happening on the 24th. The event starts at 6:30. And if you're interested in attending, email the Art Association's president. And all of this information, again, is on the Viva events calendar.
Yeah, I think that's going to be wonderful. I mean, I think more in the last year, I've heard so many people mention that they had no idea either that the Art Association existed or that like what was inside the Victorian home. I mean, the home itself is just something you want to see.
Yep.
But I've seen that they're doing a lot more with youth and classes, which I think is so pivotal.
They have a lot of classes, if I can mention that quickly, happening in September. They have new preschool program, they have an after-school program, they have adult drawing classes, they have something for everyone, really. So yeah, visit my friends over there at the Art Association up on Belmont Street, and whether you take a class or maybe you attend their gala coming up, which will have a lot of that is packed also as well with lots of great things happening within it. But just a great space. Has, you know, again, we talked about Smokestack Studios having artists working within there. Again, lots of studios within there.
Awesome. And so the last thing I want to mention is that, and it was just announced today, so that's why it wasn't on the list, so forgive me. But the city of Fall River is revamping their website, which I know I can almost hear the cheers from some people. They're revamping their website, and they're doing a logo design contest, and they're inviting people. You do not have to be a professional artist, or you can just dabble or doodle, but to redesign the logo or to come up with some concepts for a redesigned logo. So I think this is a great opportunity. I think it's a great way to get people involved in a process that often people don't like the product. So this way, if you're part of the process, you can't really slam the product. But they just announced all the parameters and the guidelines and the how-tos and whatnots on their Facebook page, the City of Fall River's Facebook page, and their brand new Instagram page, which I invite you to follow. As you follow.
I do. I'm already following both of these, and I'm so excited about this contest. So, and how long do they have until it's like, when's the deadline?
Actually, the end of the month, so the end of September. So you have some time to noodle on it, but it's going to be really great, and I'm looking forward to seeing what comes out of it. And then the last thing that we're going to end on, as we always do, is when is the next Fall River Arts and Culture Coalition meeting?
Oh my gosh, we're at that time of the program already. All right, the next meeting is going to be on September 12th, and this meeting, it's hybrid. So that Monday evening at 5 o'clock, you can either join us on Zoom or you can come and meet us at Government Center. We'll be up on the 6th floor.
Whoa.
Go to the FRAC Instagram page and you can just go to our link in our bio and register, because you have to register to get the Zoom link. So, but I do encourage anyone who loves arts and culture and either has something going on in the city they want to talk about or to learn more, please join us. All are welcome.
Absolutely. And at that one, I know I co-chair the events and programming committee, and we have a big event coming up on November 12th, which is Thanksmas. It is a holiday market, so it is connected with the Fall River Farmers and Artisans Market, but it's also a community celebration. It's like the kickoff to the festive season in Fall River. So I'm going to be looking for volunteers for that, the Winter Wonderland. So let's get out and have an awesome September into the end of the year and just close out 2022 in an awesome way.
Love it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. And once again, Viva Fall River.